Attention gamers, rise up. Our time is now.
It's Five Nights at Freddy's time!
That's where I want to be!
So yes, as you may be aware, a little indie movie came out recently. You may not have heard it. Based on an indie game that you may not have heard of either. It came out 10 years ago, so it's not many people know about it nowadays. It's called Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh, what's it about?
Well, you spend 5 nights at a place called Freddy's.
Sexual or non-sexual?
I've never played the game. I'm not sure.
I'm 50-50 on this plot.
Okay.
All right, well, that sounds kind of lame. But there's a movie about it, apparently.
Yes, there is.
All right, and we watched it.
We sure did.
Right? Yeah, it was a movie. The end. Bye.
All right, bye. Happy Halloween.
All right, so I'm just going to give my totally non-biased view of Five Nights at Freddy's lore, because I'm not playing those games, because after one, they all suck. The lore is stupid. The plot is dumb. The plot doesn't make sense. It's retconned every time the creator gets butthurt. So you know what? And they're going to make a movie about it. So you know what? Godspeed. Because I wouldn't even know where to start if I was making a movie about it. Dude, every single time Matt Pat guesses something right about the obvious plot point, he retcons whole entire games, okay? Like, so Five Nights at Freddy's plot is stupid. It's dumb. It's insulting sometimes.
So you might be asking yourself, how do I make a almost 2-hour movie about this? And the answer is, you try your best.
Yeah, which, you know what? I have to commend them for trying.
It was a valiant effort.
Yeah, and you know what? On paper, it was probably fine.
Yeah.
All right. So what's this movie about? Hold on. This is the part.
We have to look up the IMDb its entry.
Now this is
Stand
issue
by.
1. Is because they decided they introduce new characters, and I don't care for them.
What are you talking about? We know these characters from the games, Howard. Like Mike from 2?
Was Mike... Hold on. Mike's from 1.
Okay, I don't
Mike's
remember.
from 1. Mike... Yeah, okay, so Mike's from 1.
So they got that right then.
So they got that right. And he has a daughter. No, sister.
Yeah, sister.
It was his sister. And he takes care of his sister because their parents couldn't because they divorced.
Well, I think they're dead.
Oh, were they? I thought maybe they divorced then. Because I remember they had fights.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're both dead. So they're both dead, and he takes care of his sister, and he keeps failing at literally every single job in the world because he keeps taking sleeping pills to relive the night his brother was abducted in a forest when they were kids.
And he says to one of the characters, like, oh, this is where you think I'm crazy. And it's like, okay, but yeah, you kind of are.
Yeah,
like most normal, healthy people go to therapy for stuff like that.
Even that, right? Like, okay, like just to be totally honest, even with this premise, right? So he's been doing this for 20-ish years. Let's just do a rough estimate, right? And you found nothing? Do you know how many, okay, hold on. We're gonna do basic math here. I'm gonna whip out the calculator real quick, okay? 365 times 20. In 7,300 nights-ish, give or take 1,000. You have found nothing new about the same. At what point do you just go, oh, I found nothing?
Well, we'll be blunt here. Mike is not the smartest man.
Yeah.
The movie more or less opens with we see him getting fired from his previous job. He was a mall security guard, and he assaults a dude because he thinks he's a kidnapper, but it's just the guy's son.
Yeah, so
Mike is not a smart man. So, if he hasn't found any clues in about 20 years or so,
makes sense.
sure, I understand.
Because,
he's just not, he's got a couple in his head, not so great.
Which, makes sense considering he was, as a security guard, right? I'm sorry, a security officer in a mall, mind you. His reaction to a kid that he thinks is getting stolen is him doing Street Fighter combos in the fountain, which I'm pretty sure the #1 rule of a security guard in a mall is that they physically cannot touch you.
Yes.
And he's out there doing an ultra combo, a Killer Instinct by the fountain. Like, it's like, okay, buddy, all right.
Someone hasn't seen Paul Blart Mall Cop.
Listen, Paul Blart doesn't live by the laws, all right? He's
Do you think Paul Blart could survive Five Nights at Freddy's?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Good. I'm glad we're in agreement on that.
But he couldn't find the man behind the slaughter. That's that 4x4 discussion that was trending on Twitter for a week. Now, so this job help guy says, well, Mike, you're kind of stupid and get fired from every job. But
why should I help you?
Mr. Mike Guffaw? How about actually there's this really yeah, he does the Tim Allen when he reads his last name, and then goes, wait, I have a job for you. It's at a place called Freddy Fazbear's. The pay's terrible, everything about it sucks, everything's terrible, it sucks. And Mike goes, nah. So he gets up. His aunt's trying to steal his sister from him.
Because she just wants the paycheck.
And then
the,
he comes,
the monthly child support or whatever.
And he goes, yeah, I'll take the job. I'll take the job.
And he goes to the Freddy Fazbear Pizza, and he gets nothing happens for like the first 2 nights, basically.
No, hold on. For him.
For him, yes.
The first night, we are introduced to a 80s style pizzeria that's been shut down forever, featuring the Freddy Fazbear's entertainment. And the guy decides, hey, you know what I should do? Sleep.
On the job. On my security job, when I'm supposed to pay attention to things that are happening.
Which, I actually don't understand why he was sleeping, which if he does the job, stay with me.
Yeah.
And then it's 6 a.m., so he takes his sister to school.
Yes.
Why doesn't he sleep when the sister's at school?
Because,
he takes sleeping
Howard,
pills.
Howard, we've already established Mike is stupid.
I just figured something out.
What?
It's that, you remember all the reasons that, the pay is bad, all that shit's terrible?
Yeah.
The only reason Mike refused is because he couldn't do nights.
Yes.
Yeah, all right, yeah, that's
Not
right.
because of anything else. Sorry, just had to flood it with that because I just realized it.
Don't worry, Lore Master, we'll have you on call.
Thank you.
Directed by Adam the Lore Master, by the way. Thank you very much. A patent pending trademark. Okay.
Yes, but Mike is stupid.
Mike is stupid.
That is why he does not sleep. In fact, I don't. The more I think about it, the stupider he is.
He's really dumb.
If you work nights, then you sleep during the day. That is typically how that works.
And people go, oh man, dude, it's hard to sleep in the day. He takes sleeping pills.
Also, you can get like blackout curtains to make it easier.
Yeah, he also has a sound machine.
Yes, he has a white noise machine.
So like,
he has no excuse, is what we're saying.
So
it all goes back to the fact that he's stupid.
So he spends the first day there, and we then cut to the aunt with her lawyer.
Who's the best character in the movie.
Yeah, the lawyer's the best character.
He has maybe 2 minutes of screen time.
And 1 to 2 sentences of dialogue. And he is goated. And she's like, because this is the lawyer that's trying to get the kid taken away from the brother. And they're at a diner, and they're talking to what is the little sister's babysitter, and
some other dude.
I think it's her boyfriend.
Was it? It was never all that clear to me.
Well, I think by the line of she wanted someone to put a ring on her.
Okay.
That
I must have missed that.
Yeah, it was implied to be her boyfriend. Implied. And then, before we can continue with the plot, remember, Five Nights at Freddy's is a franchise, which means they have to do and service. But don't worry, it's PG-13. No Rule 34 Chica for you disgusting, degenerate troglodytes.
That's for the sequel.
Yeah, that's for the sequel. Instead, what we get is Matt Pat playing as a waiter.
In what might be the best scene in the entire movie, he comes up and says, "Here you go. Let me take your order. You know, lunch is the most important meal of the day." And they go, "I thought that was breakfast." And Matt Pat goes, "Oh well, you know, that's just a theory." Died laughing.
Yeah, but he doesn't, that's just a theory, looking like his little goblin self. So, Ness the waiter gives us a theory.
A game theory, if you will.
Which is really funny, because he does have a food theory channel.
He does, that's right.
So I don't know why he didn't name drop the food theory channel. Unless what if he was a nerd and wrote it? And Blumhouse didn't even want to bother to get the rights to.
I would not be surprised.
That'd be so
I would not
funny.
be surprised.
But it was funny because I cringed so hard my neck snapped.
Yeah.
Don't do that again. Markiplier was also supposed to be in the movie for the security guard who dies in the beginning. It's like
was that supposed to be him?
That was supposed to be what he was supposed to do.
But Markiplier was doing the more base thing, and he was too busy making Iron Lung.
Producing, and is he starring in it?
Maybe, I don't remember.
Maybe.
I don't remember.
Whatever, Iron Lung's cooler.
Yeah.
I haven't even played it, but it's cooler.
Yeah.
Sorry. So, they decide, team lawyer and team hoodlums, being nice here. Dude, what if we just destroyed everything so that he gets fired from this security job, so that way he has no job and you can take the sister? So they decide after he leaves, our boy Mike leaves for the night, they go in during the day when he's not working.
Now, if something seems off about this plan, it's because there is. Mike is not on the clock during the day.
Yeah, no one.
He is a security guard. He has cameras. There are security cameras, so he can prove that he was not at work when the destruction took place.
Yeah, and there's also a weird line later on where someone says, "Oh, you left it unlocked." Didn't they break in?
Yes.
Yeah. So what do you mean? Oh, he left it unlocked. That'd get you in trouble. They broke.
They even say at the beginning, "Yeah, we've had a lot of break-ins."
So where did you left it unlocked? Oh man, I'm sorry. I didn't hide my key, the crowbar, from them. So they come in and break stuff. They did not play Limp Bizkit, unfortunately. And then we get introduced to the animatronics. That's right. Five Nights at Freddy's has animatronics that walk and murder people.
Yeah.
There's Chica, the chicken.
Yeah.
There's Bonnie the rabbit, Freddy Fazbearino, and
Foxy the pirate,
Yeah.
who is a fox if you couldn't tell by the name.
I thought he was a wolf.
I guess there are red wolves.
Yeah, whatever. And they murderize these intruders. They just murderize them.
And of course, and you know what? I will give credit where credit's due. This is a PG-13 horror movie because Five Nights at Freddy's is kind of a game for babies.
Yeah,
but
baby game.
Credit where credit's due. That scene where I think it's Bonnie just straight up bites the babysitter in half, and you see it in the shadow. That went hard.
Oh,
that went so hard. I don't think either of us were expecting that.
It went hard, but it doesn't make sense at all.
No, it doesn't, but it's still cool.
Yeah. So also a thing to note is that they didn't CG the robots. They're all actual animatronic robots brought forward by the Jim Henson Muppet Company, which they're amazing.
Yes.
They're phenomenal.
We said this when the trailer dropped, and we said this again when we were watching the movie. The animatronics are probably the best, like, game-to-movie translation of a character we've ever seen. It's the most accurate character transmission we've ever seen from game to movie. I don't think we'll ever see a better version of that.
Yeah, my apologies. Yeah, it's like, actually kind of, it's funny because now there's like this uncanny valley where there's these realistic looking people, right? These people with these 100% game accurate animatronics that move exactly like them, right? Except they didn't do any of the glitching stuff.
No,
like
that would probably be a lot harder to do with pure practical.
Yeah,
I would imagine.
And they probably, let's be real, spent a lot of the budget on the animatronics, which, which the budget's not really that high. It was only 30 million, guys.
Yeah.
Avengers is like 10 times that, all right? That there was no animatronics in that. So, you know, that just do be how it be. And I'm trying to think of what else. It's just so the people get murdered. The babysitter then goes in. She gets tricked into doing the bite of 87, where she gets chomped in half.
Yep.
It's cool, but I still don't know how that was possible.
Here, can you put the Markiplier, is that the bite of 87 sound bit in there?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Edit this, cool. Thank you.
It's just that the bite of 87.
Appreciate it.
So what's his face goes in. He meets the cop.
Yep, Vanessa, who
which
seems to know literally everything about what's going on, and Mike never questions this until the very end of the movie.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Also, her name is Vanessa.
Yes.
But it's not the Vanessa from the Five Nights at Freddy's game. This is a different Vanessa,
yes.
even though they're both kind of the same job-ish, because Vanessa in the games was a security manager, and this
one's
Vanessa a cop, and they both kind of look exactly the same. They're both blonde white women with ponytails,
Yes.
so like...
It's like they're kind of picking and choosing things from the game and just trying to their best to make them fit.
Yeah, they're just kind of like, it's like, you know, it's like that one TikTok of like the baby thing where you put the shapes in and someone puts like every single shape in the square peg, like the circle and the triangle. They're like, yep, okay, it's not fitting, but we're putting it in, you know, whatever. So he goes in, she knows everything about these robots, and she's like, have you met the robots yet? And we get introduced to the robots after they murderized people?
Yes, but it's okay, because they're cool.
They sing,
The Romantics?
Yeah, they sing the Romantics.
That's like the only song they really sing, it seems like.
Listen, that was the last program song. Okay? The place was, and the place was shut down because kids got disappearing.
Got murderized.
Dying.
Everyone's getting murderized.
Man.
And then Mike starts seeing the kids when he dreams.
And this is all culminates into his next big idea of, since his babysitter's dead, what if I take my daughter here?
Sister.
Oh, sister. My sister. I'm sorry, hold on, I have to put kid sister here. There we go. What if I brought my kid sister to this place where kids have died, and my 20 years of dreaming, I am now magically seeing these random kids that are all dressed exactly like animatronics from the place that I work at, but I never put two and two together until now.
Because again, as we've established, Mike is stupid.
And the little girl befriends the animatronics because it turns out they have the minds of kids, I guess.
Because that's what it was in the game. They're taken over by ghost kids.
Yeah. So,
Spooky.
you know, ooh.
Happy Halloween.
Yeah. And, you know, the girl befriends the robots, and then when the guy sleeps, the guy, one of the kids goes, I'd like to make a deal with you, Michael. Would you like to see your, would you like to know the man behind who slaughtered your brother? And the guy's like, yeah, I'll give you anything for it. He goes, okay.
We're taking your sister.
And he's like, wait, and then like he wakes up.
Yeah.
like there wasn't even like a confirmation of like, yeah, I'll accept those terms. It's just
Yeah, come on, you need to shake the hand. That's how deals work.
I don't care if this kid looks like he's 5. He needs to know the laws of capitalism.
Hasn't he ever read The Art of the Deal by Donald J. Trump?
Yeah, exactly. Everyone knows that you need to close the deal with a handshake and also written contracts, which none of that happened.
They're ghost kids. They probably can't write.
They got ghost pens.
Yeah, you're right. The kid was drawing.
Yeah, the kid was.
He was drawing in the dirt.
Yes.
So he could have made a contract.
Yeah, dream contract.
We are cinema sins now.
Yeah, dude, I can't believe it. They did the what is the gimmick here? Does he say fallacy or trope? What was the thing?
Trope, I think.
Trope. Okay, yeah. So we're just gonna do that from now on. It's like, and then like the girl gives Freddy Fazbear a heart. No, Bonnie the heart drawing, and then I'm gonna go like, ding! A girl befriending the monster trope. That at least counts for 30,000 sins. So that happens, and they go to the next night.
Yeah.
And the cop. Oh wait, no.
Yeah, we're skipping around, but it's like the thing about this movie is that like, very much like how the games are, the story for this movie is a mess.
Oh yeah, it's so sloppily written.
And again, it's kind of on brand for this franchise.
Yeah.
So I mean, I can knock it for that because this is a multi-million-dollar film, whereas the games were made for like pennies and some duct tape probably.
And a Big Mac.
And a Big Mac. Very important. Can't forget that. Again, on brand, but like I expect better from a blockbuster film because this movie's already made like
3 times its budget.
Yeah.
Apparently, they broke even with the Peacock deal and pre-order tickets alone.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Well, also the fact of this is like, it's kind of the only horror movie that came out this month. Saw 10 came out at like I don't even think it was this month. I think it was at the end of September that movie came out.
Yeah, but also along with that, it had what we call in the business a reasonable budget.
Yes.
Of 30 mil. And that's where you go, oh, that seems like a lot for a movie. Look up every single Marvel movie's budget. It's not.
It's shockingly low.
It is pennies in comparison.
Blumhouse in general does a lot with a little.
I'm pretty sure Five Nights at Freddy's is their most expensive picture.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure. I can double check, but it's at least top 5 most expensive pictures they made.
Interesting.
So
that could also be because this movie's been in development hell for like 10 years now.
Yeah,
but,
and also has like one of the most best animatronics you could possibly get from
that
the
too.
Jim Henson
That
Company.
too.
But yeah, so the girl gets herself hurt because when Bonnie plays the guitar, there's like sparks in it, and she's like, "Duh, what if I string the guitars?" And then she blows up.
Yeah.
But she's fine.
Somehow.
Yeah, she's fine. And then the cop lady's like, "If you bring her again, I'll arrest you. Shame on you."
Complete 180.
Yeah.
There's no explanation as to why. I mean, there kind of is, like later in the movie, but it's still unclear as to why she's perfectly okay at first, and then.
And note, the scene right before this, we learn of what's called the Springtrap suits as they go to find tablecloths because the animatronics are building a fort with the kid because again, they're playing. So she knows where everything is, as we stated. And there's like a broken animatronic that's rib cage is just open. And the guy's like, "What if I poke it?" And she's like, "Don't." And she shoves a broomstick into it, right? And then she goes, "You die," because it's literally a spring-locked like jigsaw trap.
Which I will give them credit for that because like in the games, I've never really been able to visualize what the spring lock suits actually look like.
Yeah, they did a pretty good job.
I think they did, yeah.
But the issue is he then goes, "Why didn't you tell me there was dangerous stuff like that in here before?" And she starts like calling him crazy and she gets defensive. And I'm like, wait, no, how can you say, "Don't do that, it'll kill you"? And he goes, why didn't you tell me that the whole time? And B, there's been a kid here for hours. Why didn't you ever mention that if you knew everything about it? And she's like, "You're crazy." Like it seems so weird how she just flip-flops from being hyper defensive and like hostile to being like, I'm full of whimsy.
Yeah.
Five Nights at Freddy. Like
That's what I want to be.
like am I wrong? She just
No, you're
flip-flops
not.
between that.
Absolutely, it's insane almost.
And every single time she gets mad, it's always at like, oh my god, is it Mark? No.
What?
Main guy's name? Mike.
Mike.
Mike, she always gets mad at Mike when 9 times out of 10 it's her fault.
Yeah.
Like, why didn't she tell him about literally anything? If she knew everything. Even with the plot twist at the end, it still doesn't make sense.
Ooh, that plot twist. We'll get there.
We're almost there.
We're pretty much there.
So the guy's like, the guy tells the kid to stay home or whatever, and.
But Freddy Fazbear is not having any of that, and he goes to the house, which they can't do in the games. They can't really leave the the pizza plex, the pizza place, the pizzeria, Five Nights at Pizzas.
The Pizzerino. So yeah, he is now fully into it. He thinks he can find his brother's killer. He has the aunt babysit, and is probably the next day going to sign the kid over so he can keep looking for his brother because he doubts he can even take care of her because Vanessa gaslit him. And Golden Freddy just appears, and he doesn't really look like Golden Freddy. He just kind of looks like a decayed Freddy Fazbear.
I guess that's kind of what Golden Freddy looks like.
Yeah, but like it doesn't even look like
Golden
that.
Freddy in the games has always been kind of slumped over like there's nothing in the suit. It's an empty suit.
Also insta-kills you in the game.
Yes.
So I don't know why he's just like Bing chilling in someone's house, but he just kills the aunt, says, don't worry, she's sleeping. Let's go to Five Nights at Freddy's. Gets in a taxi. The taxi driver is freaked out because there's a giant rabbit suit.
Bear suit.
Bear suit,
Howard,
sorry.
come on.
I'm sorry.
Golden Freddy.
I'm thinking too far ahead. My apologies. Golden Freddy's just in the back, which I'm still confused whether or not he's supposed to be A, the kid is a ghost, B, the ghost possesses the suit, or C, they're both ghosts.
It's
because
unclear.
It's completely and utterly unclear and makes very little sense.
Because at that point, we had not seen the Golden Freddy animatronic at all.
We've only seen the kid as a ghost inside the guy's dream. So the fact that the kid can leave and enter other people's minds as his kid form, but can switch to the bear suit, which why would he even show up in the bear suit if it was also a ghost? Why wouldn't he be a kid from the get-go? That wouldn't have freaked out the kid. I don't, whatever.
Unclear.
And then then Vanessa wakes him up because the animatronics jumped Mike because they're like, yeah, you're going back on the deal. And literally they jump him and beat the crap out of him.
And then she says, hey, it's time for exposition, Mike.
Guess who I am? I'm the daughter of William Afton.
Who has never been mentioned in the movie up to this point. And she's like, oh, William Afton is the guy who killed all those kids. And the reason the animatronics are alive is because he put the kids in the animatronics to hide them from the cops. And that's why the animatronics are alive.
See, I help him bring in security guards for him to also kill, even though they're not kids. He still likes murdering things. And also, by the way, she's her daughter, even though in canon, William Afton does have a daughter.
Yes.
Her name is Elizabeth, and also she's British, even though she was born in America. Whatever. They're not good plots. But so now Vanessa's his daughter, even though Vanessa's a totally unrelated character in the game lore, but whatever. And which now, again, goes back to the point, why did she get mad for not telling him that there was death traps in the place when she knew there was death traps in the place? But whatever. So the fifth night at Freddy, Bad Bear, Mike's like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to save my sister. And she's like, oh, just tase him.
Yeah.
Yeah, just tase him. And he goes, that'll work? Yeah, here's a cattle prod, here's tasers. Go off, John Rambo. And you know what, to his credit, he does go full John Rambo.
He does. He puts up a surprisingly good fight.
Which the thing about Freddy Fazbear is that I think Freddy Fazbear, like the games, never actually talk about. is the realistic idea of a 7-foot-tall, multi-pound animatronic that is sentient that's just trying to kill you.
Yeah.
Like, these things aren't, like, they're robots. Like, they can tank a bullet.
Yeah.
Like, if that thing, like, choke slams you, you're dead.
Yes.
That is an actual horrifying, like, proposition that, because, you know, Five Nights at Freddy's is a game made for babies with bad writers, they never delved into the fact that what if these animatronics just left the building and started, like Michael Myers stuff. But he does pretty good. He tases basically all of them.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, he tases all of them except the cupcake.
Yeah, Cupcake goes...
Cupcake
he
goes
has
hard.
a tough time with that Cupcake, let me tell you.
The fact that, like, that 7 feet tall animatronics don't beat him up, but like a 2 feet...
It's like about that tall.
Yeah, a 3 foot tall cupcake. You know, I'm sorry, 2 feet tall. 2 feet tall cupcake just kind of beats him.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. And then we also get told that we also get told a bunch of things that William Afton is controlling them through electricity, which is why he's tasing them.
Which makes no sense to me.
Yeah, it's like there's a frequency that he's emitting throughout the establishment, which is why their eyes turn red, which doesn't make sense if they're possessed by ghosts.
Yeah.
That would make sense if they were just literal killer robots.
Yeah.
Whatever. And then he tases them, the daughter leaves, and then guess what?
William Afton shows up.
Michael Afton's a different character.
Yes, he'll be for the sequel, maybe, I don't know. And he comes out and he does the Scream knife wipe, which I was confused about at first, but then I realized, oh yeah, it was Matthew Lillard and he was in Scream, so it all makes sense.
He was one of the 30 Screams.
Yeah.
And he also does the when he turns the like, I'm not joking. The guy's literally like walking out. It's like, we're almost out, and he just turns the corner. Like, you could hear like a wrestling entrance when he walked. Like, there's no explanation.
He literally just like, hello.
He just goes, hey, what's poppin'? Whips out a knife, goes, get back over there.
Yeah.
Like, and this character who was the guy who gave Mike the job in the beginning.
Which is that's not built up
No,
whatsoever.
They did not build it up.
We don't see Matthew Lillard. What was the name he gave? Steve something? Kraglin?
Steve Cannoli, I don't care.
It's something Ag. I don't remember. But anyways, we see him at the very start of the movie.
Aglin? Raglan.
We see him at the start of the movie when he gives Mike the job, and then when Mike meets him to get a new job, and then we see him one more time when Mike calls him back about the job.
Yeah.
And then we do not see him for the rest of the movie.
No.
There's no build up.
No clues.
No. And it's expected to be this like, whoa, that was such a mind-blowing reveal. But there's nothing. Like, there's nothing to lead up to that reveal.
Yeah.
So it doesn't feel fulfilling whatsoever.
They spent way too much time on Mike and the daughter, and Mike debating whether or not he wants his daughter or to find his killer, to the point where like it would be a better narrative if they left clues like the whole time. But no, instead it's just robots trying to be like strike a deal with him, like they're like the Dr. Facilier from Princess and the Frog. It's like, why do they have hope? Like,
as poorly written as the games are, part of the charm of the stories is to try and piece together the clues by yourself. That is not present in this movie whatsoever.
Yeah.
There are no clues to follow. It's all just handed to you on a silver platter. Here you go. Here's the story. Hope you enjoy.
Which, again, to reiterate, if anyone comes into this comment section, I know you guys are, and it's okay. If you like the plot of Five Nights at Freddy's, we're not telling you to not like it. However, please understand that the plot is not good.
It's a mess.
It is terrible. It is completely inconsistent from game to game. And in fact, the game is actually much more interesting when you don't know what's going on. Because the moment you figure out what's going on, it's inherently lame, stupid, and does not make sense. Play literally any other video game plot, and you'll understand. You'll understand, right? It's the more you branch out, the more you realize that this guy is bad at writing. And that's fine if you like it. We're not saying you can't like the plot, but don't come up to me and say, oh, the plot was good. No, it's not good. It's bad. It's absolutely horrendous. Like,
I would say it was good like the first 3 games. And then like after that, it was just like,
I honestly, I don't even like. I still have questions about the first.
Oh, I
couple
know.
games. Like, and like, it's not like these are like, oh, I need to know the plot. It's why is that a thing?
Yeah.
Why would you? Okay, whatever. But so these plots aren't that good, and when translating it into a movie, I would hope that they would like take the initiative to
Tighten things up.
tighten things up. But the fact that they spent so much time making a character who in lore was only hunted and killed in the first Five Nights at Freddy's game is because he looked like William Afton.
Was that the reason?
Yes, that's the reason. That's the reason the robots were trying to kill him.
Okay.
Because, first it was...
Goes to show how much I know about FNAF
I'm
lore.
sorry. That was rude of me. That was the retconned reason. The original reason is because the robots think because you're an employee and you're not in an animatronic suit, they need to stuff you in it. The retconned reason is because the main character from the first game looks like William Afton, and William Afton hired him specifically so that he could die and the robots don't think, oh, see, the robots killed William Afton.
Smart thinking.
See? That's the retconned reason.
I like the other reason better.
Yeah, no, the first reason's better.
I like that reason
The
better.
first reason's better, because that's scarier.
It is scary. It's
That's
much
way
scarier.
scarier.
It's much scarier.
And instead, why are the robots murdering people?
You look like another dude.
Well, no. Yeah, it looks like another dude. So how do we which side do we go with for the movie? They're all being controlled by the person who murdered them. By frequencies, which they then immediately retcon.
Because Mike's sister draws.
No. You're forgetting the first one before it. That William Afton's so evil, his soul is tainting the children so that they just murder naturally.
High key forgot about that.
Yeah.
High key forgot about that plot.
See, that's the first plot point. Then it's what you said,
all right,
where the robots stop being evil when the chick, because she likes drawing the whole time, draws the golden Bonnie Bear Bong boy
being mean to the animatronics, and the animatronics are like, wait a second.
And then they turn around slowly, to William Afton, which now I have to ask, what was the relationship to the community board of drawings to jog the kids' memories? It doesn't even make sense. Like, how come literally just putting the picture there, and William Afton knew because he goes, what did you do? Why did you do that?
Yeah, I know.
So he knew. I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
And it doesn't make sense because also the animatronics don't want to give the kid to Afton. The animatronics want to take the kid and make the kid an animatronic. William Afton just wants to murderize her.
Yeah.
Well, William Afton wants to murderize
Everyone.
everyone there. So like, I don't get it. It doesn't make sense. William Afton, like his daughter's like, I'm done murdering for you. I'm gonna shoot you. And him with his mask off, he goes, okay. And then she misses a headshot, which would have killed him.
But it's okay because the cupcake bites him and that sets the spring locks off. And then he says the famous line, I always come back, which really doesn't make sense in this context.
Yeah.
Because in the games he says that because he keeps coming back to life after being killed, but he's still alive at this point.
Yeah, and
so why would he always come back in the first
movie
place?
Literally implies that he was A, never caught, and B, never stopped murdering.
Yeah.
So how would he come back if he never left?
It's just because fan service, essentially.
Yeah, if there was a plot point that implied that, like, literally the killings all stopped, but then because this guy came back, the killings were, like, reinvented. Like, he's like, I got the bloodlust again. That would make sense.
Yeah.
More sense?
But no, the line is literally just in there for the fan service. And you know what? While we're on the topic of fan service, we've already done it twice. Whose bright idea was it to not include the Toreador March? The or that is not in the movie.
Yeah.
I don't think that's copywritten at all. That's probably why it was in the first game.
No, it was a piece of music that was written in like the 17 or 1800s. All right? This is not copyright. There
is literally no reason for it not to be in. It is such an intrinsic part of the Five Nights at Freddy canon because so many, at this point it's being memed.
Yeah.
And yet they're like, we don't need it.
Yeah, we don't need it. We don't. Yeah,
you could have even just put it over the credits and it would have been fine.
Yeah, instead they put in the Living Tombstones Five Nights at Freddy's song, which I mean, yeah, you're making a horror movie.
Yeah,
Maybe
it makes sense.
But like, No, they didn't do that. Also, at no point when the lights turned off, Freddy, like none of the animatronics attacked anyone.
No.
Which would have been the perfect, because there's a huge plot point about how the electricity doesn't work correctly.
Yeah.
But it's only mentioned in like the beginning of the movie and does not apply for the rest of the film.
For a movie based on a game that, at the end of the day, is more or less about like being a security guard. There's none of the gameplay is translated to the screen at all.
And then
you could have even made like one short 2-minute scene.
Yeah.
And that would have been enough. But nothing from the games is actually translated onto the screen.
And I saw someone make like a GIF. It's like, oh, this is how people wanted the Freddy Fazbear movie to be. And this guy opening and closing the laptop and looking around. If you post that as a legitimate argument, I'm sorry, but your brain is dented. Your brain is dented. It is gray because all you do is you can't watch TV unless you play Subway Surfers. You absolute buffoon. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the fact, what he said, is that for a movie about a security guard, do you know how he did nothing except sleep?
Yes.
There's not, they built a whole entire pizzeria set and it's never used except to kill random burglars.
I think there's a single shot when the burglars come in where it cuts to a security feed and Bonnie or Chica is off the stage. That's the only thing from the games.
Oh, and the other time when he gets attacked, when he gets jumped by the animatronics and he goes back to the security room and Chica and Bonnie look at him through the security cam, which was really good, might I add. Really good scene. And Chica just kind of like lowers the cupcake goes into the air vent and they just kind of go back and stare at the camera.
Yeah.
That was really cool because that's more of what I was figuring. I was expecting it was literally going to be a guy stuck in a building with robots. He cannot leave and he has to survive, like literally survive. I thought that's what it was going to be, right? Like
that's what it should have been. It's simple. You don't need your horror movie to be overly complicated, especially when it's Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah.
I think if they had gone a little less complicated, gone more in line with that first game, this probably would have been a much stronger movie. And yeah, I get that it went through so many script revisions because Scott Cawthon was not pleased with any of them. He kept forcing them to rewrite the script to better suit his vision.
Which, again, to reiterate, is not a good vision because he's bad at writing. Right?
I think if they had gone simpler, it would have been a much stronger film.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I really, it just feels like they overcomplicated a game.
That's already overly complicated.
Yeah, and instead of like, which again, I mean, maybe this is an actual example of why maybe sometimes you shouldn't involve the creator in something because, well, he's bad and he gets butthurt and changes the plot whenever everyone guesses the obvious plot that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Right? Which, I understand, but like, he's not the best writer. And after watching this movie, if he is the guy who's like, vetoed the script 30 billion times and this is what he thought was the best version of the script, maybe he needs to take a writing class?
Probably. It's probably not that expensive to take a writing class.
No, it's not.
So
it's really not. Yeah, so I was completely, I wasn't expecting a lot, but I was still disappointed.
Yeah, so the consensus I've been seeing from a lot of people online is that it's not great, but it's a fantastic gateway horror film for people.
No.
For like kids?
Dude, there's so many like PG-13 Stephen King.
Oh, I'm sure, I know, but like
the Ring or Grudge movies.
I know, but like for like kids these days who already love the games, I think this works perfectly fine for a game. There are better ones, yes, I won't deny that, but I think for like kids who are interested in horror, I think this is a really good gateway film.
Well, okay. But you can also make that argument about how the games would also do that. But the issue is, if we were to stick with that, Five Nights at Freddy's is a gateway into horror games. Why don't they play good ones? Like, the game's been out for a decade.
Because these are popular, Howard.
I don't see, like, it's just, I don't even...
Are you gonna go up to a 10-year-old kid who's playing Five Nights at Freddy's, smack the controller out of his hand. He's like, "You should play Condemned Criminal Origins instead. That's
Yeah.
a better." Okay.
Yeah. Well, no, because Five Nights at Freddy's came out when we were in high
Yes.
school. We are like adults.
Yes.
Right? So, right, this movie came out, the game came out 10 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
the movie's now out. The people who played Five Nights at Freddy's should have moved on. But here's the thing, 10-year-olds aren't on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
I am seeing 20-year-olds who think that this is a valid game franchise, who think this is a valid movie. All right? Now, I
Well,
understand.
those people are stupid.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't even think this movie qualifies as good. Like, I don't know, I think The Mist is like a better one. That's like PG-13.
The Mist is also an actually good movie.
That's what I'm saying. Don't show kids slop to get them into horror, because then they'll think, because what if the kid, first of all, what if the kid hates it?
Well, like,
If it's a
I guess
bad
that's
movie.
fair. I guess that's fair.
I understand what you're saying,
Yeah.
right? For kids, this is fine. If the kid likes Five Nights at Freddy's, but like, what if the kid just fucking hates Five Nights at Freddy's?
Then he's never gonna watch horror ever again.
Exactly. Exactly. Like if this movie was like a fantastic movie,
Yeah.
that's like saying, bro, dude, Despicable Me 3 is a gateway into animation. It's like, okay, yeah, but like, can't we just have something better be the
Okay.
gateway to
All right.
animation?
I see where
That's
you're
what I'm trying
coming
to say.
from. I
That's
see
what
where
I'm trying
you're
to say. I'm
coming
sorry if it's coming out wrong.
Yeah.
It is, but like, I am saying it wrong. But like, can't it just be something better?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, we've had so many PG-13 horror movies. There has to be at least a dozen of them that we can pick out.
Yeah.
But because we have watched combined thousands of horror movies, that we could, if we sat down.
I watched one every day of this month because it's October.
Is Five Nights at Freddy's in the top 10 of this month?
No.
Oh.
No, it's not.
Okay, I didn't actually know that before asking that question. So this is a revelation. So
I've watched good movies this month as well.
Yeah, so I admire what they did, but and also the people who are gaslighting, like doing the thing where like, oh, the critics say it's bad, but audience say it's good. I am also, again, asking you to please stop hitting yourself with the hammer. A, it's a critic, and B, you guys are just amping up a movie that is not close to a 90%. A 9 out of 10. Guys. But guys.
You can
9 out of 10.
You can like it all you want,
9 out of 10.
but there's no way it's a 9 out of 10. I can see why you would like this movie so much, but it's not a 9 out of 10.
I can see because you probably put the Markiplier picture on the TV and then
No,
opened up,
that's why we didn't like it, because we didn't do that.
and we weren't playing Subway Surfers or watching Family Guy clips or ASMR videos.
All right, cut this review. We're gonna rewatch the movie. We're gonna do all that. We'll come back to you in like another week or so.
Yeah, I'm gonna
okay?
have a Markiplier soundboard where I
Yeah.
just play like clips.
All right.
So I'm honestly, this is like a D rank. I'm thinking D rank.
Really?
Because I think the animatronics themselves,
Mm-hmm.
as little as it was, is enough of a positive to just to see them, like the puppetry and the actual fact that they were like committed to not using CG for them.
How about
But the plot was
how
bad.
about a low C?
A low C.
I'm gonna say a low C.
All right, so that means you think this is better. Just to reiterate. So
Yeah,
this is the tier list.
Let's see what the tier. I never remember.
All right, Resident Evil Degeneration.
It's all Resident Evil.
all Resident Evil and Mortal Kombat, and C tier is the
original Resident
The original
Evil.
Resident Evil. Wait, hold on. Hold on. The two brain cells are processing. I'd honestly put it under Damnation. I like Damnation a lot more than this.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You've convinced me.
Yeah, like, because I was originally like, I was thinking low D, like under Mortal Kombat, but the more I thought about it, I'm like, the animatronics are really good.
I had more fun with this than I did Mortal Kombat, I think.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, but the issue is that probably we both watched Mortal Kombat alone, and we watched this one
That's
together
true, that's
making
true.
jokes the whole time.
That's true.
So, I mean, like, I don't know.
Also, like, I thought it was, like, really well directed, too. Like,
No.
cinematography-wise, I think it was, like, really
Competently.
strong. It was very well
was
made.
well made. Narratively,
No,
falls apart.
narratively is where all the problems come up. Like, if this had, like, an actually good script, Scott Cawthon.
Yeah, like...
Anyways, if it had a good script, I think this would have actually been a really good movie because it's really well directed. I can't remember the director's name, but I don't think she's made all that much before this.
Oh, by the way, she took the most base decision. By the way, first of all, props to her. She took a lower salary in exchange for profit sharing. She is making so much money right now. So much. I think she got $500K.
Let's go.
And now with profit
Good
sharing,
for her.
Dude, I respect her so much. She is so based, right? She is so based for A, putting up with Scott, and B, profit sharing.
Oh, I love that.
For reduced pay.
So we doing a D?
Yeah, next, in between, highest D, right under Damnation, because Damnation's like the line.
Okay.
Because Five Nights at Freddy's didn't have anything as cool as a guy using liquors as JoJo stand. Sorry.
It wishes.
It wishes it could be that cool. Unless the kid who is Ghost Freddy, they leaned more into it, and the little kid goes, Star Platinum, and then all the 5 animatronics just jump out of the wall like Kool-Aid Man's through it.
That would be a little on the nose, but...
Dude, on the nose, man, we were watching Five Nights at Freddy's. I needed something.
Yeah, that's fair.
Although I do wish that, now that I do say that, I really do wish that animatronic just bust through the wall like the Kool-Aid Man. That's
for the sequel. Because again, this movie's made enough money, it's definitely getting a sequel.
It's like the SpongeBob thing where you heard Mermaid Man was in the Krusty Krab and you just see like a Fazbear.
All right.
But yeah, there's obviously going to be a sequel that's obviously going to do the plot of Five Nights at Freddy's 3 with Springtrap.
Yeah. Because he always comes back.
Which, that's I pitched this idea to Dave. It might be a cool idea if it was literally had elements of found footage in it.
That would be really cool.
Because the gimmick's going to be like a burnt, rundown Fazbear's. And
so here's what we do. Blumhouse, Jason Blum.
Okay. Mr. Jason Blum himself.
You see us here? We went to film school. We have degrees. We can make a film.
Yeah.
We don't have. Actually, I have an IMDb credit. I don't know if you do.
Well, someone was supposed to give me an IMDb credit, but he forgot.
We're more than happy to direct Five Nights at Freddy's 2 for you.
I won't even do profit sharing. I'll just take like enough money to get rid of my student debt.
Oh no,
thank you.
Honestly, same.
Yeah.
Just do that.
Yeah, thank you.
I think it's I got like 20,000 something. That's all I need. That's all I need.
Yeah.
I'll be set.
Yeah.
Just give us a call. Yeah. Our socials are down in the description. Just get in touch.
Also, Mr. Blumhouse, if you want to give me, if you want to give us a sponsorship for all Five Nights at Freddy's memorabilia, I will say every single game is good, perfect, 10 out of 10. Silent Hill 2 is garbage.
I like a lot of your other movies too.
Yeah, Scott Cawthorn, like
No, Jason, not.
Oh,
not,
yeah,
not
like
Scott.
All right, next show, everyone. See you, everyone. Bye.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.